In the next few minutes, I'm going to save you thousands of dollars, countless hours of stress, and a ton of aggravation. How? By walking you through 5 of the most expensive mistakes I see first-time condo buyers make, so you can avoid every single one of them. Over the past several years, I have helped dozens of people get into condo ownership, and I've seen both the smart moves and the very expensive lessons. Today, I'm sharing exactly what I've learned so you don't have to make those same mistakes. The first mistake is assuming that you own everything you see. When you buy a condo, you're buying the interior of the unit, the drywall, the floors, the space inside. But the hallway outside your door, the gym, the elevator, the walkways, the roof, the underground parking, that's all what we call common area, and that's owned and managed by the condo corporation. You are a part owner of these common elements along with everyone else. And here's a detail people miss. There are also something called exclusive use common elements. A great example of that is your balcony and in some cases your parking spot. You don't own them in the same way that you own the inside of your unit. You just have the exclusive right to use them while you live there. In reality, this means that you can't just suddenly decide to paint your parking spot or enclose the balcony with plexiglass. You have to follow the corporation's rules. Why is it so important to know the difference? Because in actual fact, you are financially responsible for maintaining it, whether it is owned by you or exclusive use. And that brings us to the second and most misunderstood mistake, treating condo fees like they are an optional extra. They are not. They are mandatory and they almost always go up. I've seen fees from as low as $110 a month and they go all the way up to $1,100 or $1,200 a month. So what are you paying for? A portion of your fee covers the day-to-day operating costs, cleaning the lobby, landscaping, security, all that kind of stuff. But a chunk of your condo fee goes into something called the reserve fund. That's like the condo corporation's long-term savings account, specifically designed to cover the maintenance and repair in the building. Here's the trap though. A building with a pool and 24-hour security and a beautiful gym, that all sounds great. But if you never use those amenities, you're just throwing money away every single month. And those amenities are expensive to maintain, which drives up your fees. Older buildings, especially those more than 25 years old, they usually have higher fees because their major components are aging. They're nearing the end of their life. On top of that, the larger your unit, the higher your fee because those condo fees are based on square footage. And here's something that your bank cares about. High condo fees can actually reduce how much of a mortgage you qualify for. Lenders see a condo fee as a fixed monthly expense, just like a car payment. A $700 condo fee could significantly reduce your borrowing power, in some cases by tens of thousands of dollars. Mistake number 3 is ignoring the status certificate. Think of this as the financial report card for the building, also known as the condo corporation. It's effectively the home inspection for the condo corporation itself. Even better, it's almost always the seller that ends up paying for the status certificate. This document tells you everything you need to know about the financial and the legal health of the building. Your lawyer's going to review it, but you should still know what's in there and what they're looking for. In short, they're looking for red flags. Is the condo corporation facing any lawsuits? Is the reserve fund healthy or is it dangerously low? Does the reserve fund study, a report that predicts future repairs, show a massive expense coming in the next few years? It will also tell you if the current owner is behind in their condo fee so that you can make sure that this is taken care of on closing. When it comes to condo buying, I always recommend that you make your offer to purchase conditional on the review of the status certificate by your lawyer. If your lawyer says there's not enough money in that long-term savings account to fund the maintenance and they're planning to put in a new roof next year, you need to have the ability to walk away. Ignoring this document is a little bit like buying a used car and never having anyone look under the hood for you. This is what leads to the biggest bombshell of all. And here it is, the mistake that can be financially devastating. A special assessment is a surprise bill sent to every single owner when a major repair is needed and the reserve fund is empty. That $15,000 bill for the roof I mentioned, that was a real special assessment, but it gets worse. I've seen special assessments for heating systems, new windows, plumbing. I've seen special assessments for $22,000 and that's not even the highest. As I said, this can be be financially devastating. Most people can't just take $30,000 out of their bank account on 3 months' notice. This is what happens. This is how people are forced to sell. A healthy status certificate is your best defense when you're buying a condo. A well-managed building has a very detailed reserve fund study that demonstrates that the condo corporation is collecting enough money from those condo fees to fund future repairs. A poorly managed condo corporation just kicks the can down the road until it lands in your lap as a massive bill. The final mistake is a personal one. You could find out your lifestyle is against the rules. Every condo corporation has its own set of rules, and believe me when I say these vary dramatically. No two condo corporations are the same, and you might be shocked to find out what's in those rules. For example, are you a pet owner? Some buildings have an outright ban on pets, and others have restrictions on how many you can have, the weight. For example, 2 cats per family is very normal. You might have a limit on how big your dog can be, maximum 35 pounds. I see that all the time. Having a dog that weighs 40 pounds or more could mean that you can't live there. Are you thinking about renting out the condo as an Airbnb? I've seen a lot of condo corporations ban Airbnb entirely. You may even find that if you want to rent out the condo long term, there are restrictions on that as well. Also, do you want to do some renovations in the condo? You can't just knock down a wall. You'll need board approval for any significant changes, in particular flooring. Some even have aesthetic rules. My advice is before you even think about making an offer, get a copy of the condo rules. It's part of the status certificate package that will more than likely be provided to you by your realtor. It would be a terrible thing to find out after you've signed on the dotted line that your furry family member isn't welcome or that your investment plan is against the rules. Buying a condo is a fantastic way to get into the market, but only if you do it with your eyes wide open. Avoiding these 5 mistakes is the first step in protecting your investment. To make sure you don't miss a single detail, I've actually created something called the Condo Buyer's Checklist. This walks you through every single question you need to consider before you buy a condo. The link is in the description below. If you found this video helpful, please remember to like and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next time.